All right, let's talk about speed because everyone wants to be faster. Everyone says they're working on speed, but when you look closely, most athletes don't actually get any quicker. And honestly, I get it because most of my early years, I didn't either. So today, I'm going to be breaking down speed training into three simple tips that generally work. No overthinking, no complicated science, just stuff you can actually use today. And by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to do, how to do it, and where speed should sit in your weekly training. Hey guys, I'm Miles Harrison, and this is the MH Performance Podcast. Today, we're talking about three simple tips to actually get you faster. Speed's funny. Everyone wants it. Everyone talks about it, but very few people actually train it properly. And I'll be honest, I was that athlete. I wasn't introduced to proper I couldn't even get my words right. Speed training until my late 20s. For that, my entire approach was basically lift heavy, lift more, get stronger, and hope that will transfer into speed. No one ever taught me about exhilaration. No one taught me about max velocity. No one ever talked to me about stiffness, projection, or shin angles. I just assumed that speed would eventually show up if I push enough weight. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Once someone actually showed me how sprint training works, it made so much more sense. And the research backs this into it too. Speed improves when you train speed, not when you just feel like you're doing something hard. So let's break this into three tips. Tip number one, sprint fresh. If you want to get faster, this is the golden rule. Speed absolutely hates fatigue. The moment you're tired, your technique falls apart. Longer ground contacts, slower force productions, shin angle collapses, stiffness drops, projection disappears. All the qualities that make you fast, gone. And most athletes only sprint when they're tired. At the end of a session, after conditioning, after heavy lifting, when their legs feel like they belong to someone else. That was me for years. And shocker, nothing improved. Speed is a nervous system quality. It needs crispness. It needs sharpness. It needs freshness. So speed goes first, not last. Even at one change, sprinting fresh can improve your acceleration almost immediately. Tip number two, sprint regularly. This is where most people fall off, guys. They think that they sprint all the time, but they don't. And let me explain. They move fast, they play fast, they exhilarate sometimes, but actually top speed, most athletes barely hit that once a week. Some not at all. And your body doesn't adapt to what it never sees. Small, regular doses of sprinting twice a week makes a huge difference. And research backs this. Even tiny exposures to real top speed improves performance and reduces injury risks. You don't need loads, just consistency. 2 speed exposures a week, short sessions, high intent. That's it. And last but not least, guys, tip number 3, train strength that transfers. Strength is important, no debate there. But speed doesn't improve just because you lift heavy. Speed improves because you've learned to use your strength quickly and produce force quickly. Fast athletes aren't just strong, they're explosive, stiff, and efficient with how they apply force. Let me simplify the biometrics. Projection. How well you push the ground away early in a sprint. shin angles. Lower for exhilaration. Taller for max velocity. Taller for max velocity. Stiffness, how quickly you come off the ground. Basically, your bounce. You build these with plyometrics, sled pushes, fast movements like a trap bar, bounds, flying sprints, short exhilarations. Strength gives you potential. Explosiveness turns it into speed. So I'm going to give you guys now a simple speed session that any athlete can use. Obviously, you're going to start off with a very simple warm-up. Diamond prep, skips, pogos, 30 meters build-ups. Then we start moving into something like an exhilaration block, where you might do 3 times 10 meters, 2 times 20 meters, resting 60 to 90 seconds in between each sprint. Remember guys, speed hates fatigue, so we need to make sure that we are resting in between each bout. From there, we're going to move into a max velocity block, where we might go 2 times a flying 20 meters with a 2-minute break in between. From there, we might move into some plyometrics, 2 to 3 sets of jumps or bounds, and that's it. 15-20 minutes, twice a week, very low fatigue, very high returns. Now, let's move on to where speed can fit into your week. Now, obviously, you guys know that I'm very much a user of the high-low model. So, high days are going to be speed work, strength work, explosive works. Lower days are going to be recover, aerobic work, mobility. A simple week might look like this. Monday, it's going to be a high day with exhilaration plus gym. Tuesdays are going to be a low day, so I might do a recovery or aerobic work. Back to Wednesdays with a high max velocity with strength. Friday will be another low session, so it might be a primate if you got a game like me on Saturdays. And then weekend competition or rest. It doesn't matter what sport you play, this structure will work. Most athletes don't get faster because they train speed when they are tired. They don't sprint often enough. And they focus too much on the strength work without training explosiveness. Guys, sprint fresh, sprint regularly, train strength that transfers. Do these three consistently and you'll get faster. Simple as that. And that's it guys. If you've enjoyed this episode of the podcast and you want help building your speed training properly, send me a message. I'm always here to help. Whether you're an athlete in season, off season, or just trying to feel a little bit more explosive, I can help you structure it into your week. And also guys, make sure to leave this podcast a 5-star. It massively helps the show grow and reach more athletes like yourself. Until next time guys, as always, keep training and improve your performance. Thank you for listening.